Hello Skinnies, Nick here. How are you all? Happy Monday. I just got back from the gym. I'm absolutely starving. We had a huge day today filming content for Skinny Mediterranean. But the best thing about filming content is that, let me wash my hands 1 second. The best thing about filming content is that we have leftovers at the end of the day that I can serve up for dinner without having to actually cook everything from scratch. Sometimes, it doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes we eat it. Sometimes, you know, Mezzi will take it home for dinner. Just depends. Anyway, tonight I am making doner kebab for dinner, and I'm so excited for this recipe because it's phenomenal for starters. And I've wanted to do a doner kebab recipe for years, but I could never really wrap my head around, sorry, this is just way too hot, sorry, 1 second. I could never wrap my head around the best way to go about it using the Thermomix, as well as, you know, getting the crispy kind of shaved meat feel. And then when we were writing Skinny Mediterranean, it dawned on me that we could actually do like a chicken loaf. I feel like my smoke alarm is going to go off. Hang on 1 second, you guys. It's very stressful here, you guys. Like, the pan is hot. Shh. Just chill out. All right. So, anyway, essentially what you do is you make a loaf, like a doner kebab. And in fact, I've got some in the fridge to show you what it looks like. And then you steam it in your Thermomix, and then you shave off pieces. And if you want it to be a more traditional style doner, you can pan fry the pieces, but it is delicious just like this. There's no reason why you can't just eat it straight out of the fridge or straight out of the Thermomix. But I love the crispy little burnt bits that you get from pan searing it afterwards. Oh, it's bloody delicious. I wish you could smell how phenomenal this smells, you guys. So while they're frying, it only takes a few seconds, but while they're frying, I'm just going to quickly grab one from the fridge to show you. So this is it raw. You make like a big kind of loaf thing, and then that goes in your varoma and you steam it. And then once it's cooked, you thinly shave it. And then, like I said, you can either pan sear it like this if you want to, or alternatively just have it as is. You don't have to pan sear it. It's a super versatile recipe. And wait until you guys taste it, honestly. I do think it is hands down one of the best recipes we've ever written. Grant actually wrote this one, and he nailed it, let me tell you. I never knew what a doner kebab was actually until the first time I went to Sydney, and I kept seeing it everywhere, and I was like, what is a doner kebab? Because we eat gyros here in Adelaide. We don't have doner kebab. It's just not a thing. It's definitely not a thing that you would see in Adelaide. But I'm all for it because it's very yummy. So let me show you what we've got here. Just going to turn the camera that way. Now, we have all of our fixings that I like in a kebab. So we have the pita bread. That's looking pretty good. So we have our pita bread, and then we've got our yogurt sauce. Now, you can have this with yogurt sauce, or you can have it with labneh, whatever you prefer. I like lots of yogurt sauce. Can't help myself. It's the Greek in me. Then I like to put my meat next. So, camera back this way, and I'll show you what the meat looks like. Now I like mine extra crispy, you guys. It's just brings out all of the flavors of the spices and everything that goes into the meat. And those little pops of like crispy doner with the soft meat inside are phenomenal. Like, how good does that look, everyone? Then, let me turn that off. Then I like to put a little, oh, that was too far. Then I like to, hang on. Can you see what I'm doing, you guys? I think you can. Yeah. Then I like to put a little bit of lettuce. Not too much, just a little bit. Then some tomato, of course. Gotta have tomato. And then a little bit of onion. Now, I personally like white onion, but we couldn't get any today at the supermarket. So I've gone with red onion. And that there is my doner kebab now ready to go. So give it a really good wrap. And I'm going to be polite and I'm going to cut this in half tonight so that I can bite it on camera without doing what I did today on film, which was have it go everywhere. So just bear with me. All right, so that there is my doner kebab ready to go. And the beautiful thing about this recipe, besides the fact that it's incredibly delicious and healthy, is that you can have your... So let me show you what I'm talking about before I bite into it. You can have your doner kebab. So this is the one that's been cooked. You can have this in the fridge ready to go and thinly shave it off for a quick meal. And it can stay in the fridge like that for days in an airtight container. Or you can freeze it as well and shave it off as you need to shave it off. So great for meal preps, incredibly healthy, so versatile. I've been thinking about making a pizza with it, with the garlic sauce on it afterwards. You can do a big salad bowl. You can put it in sandwiches. So many options. I think on hot chips if you want to do like a HSP. But that is my doner kebab now ready to eat. And let me tell you guys, after how hard I worked at the gym tonight, I've well and truly earned this and I'm so hungry. Yum. I remember the day that I first tried this recipe. I actually got tears in my eyes because I thought, this is honestly one of the tastiest things I've ever eaten in my life, but it was so easy to make. I really think that that's what Skinny Mediterranean is all about. I got so instantly excited for the concept of introducing people to flavors that maybe they haven't tried before. You know, I know doner kebab is really popular in some parts of the world and definitely popular in like Sydney and Melbourne, for example. I literally don't know a single takeaway place in Adelaide that serves them. I'm sure there's one or two. I'm sure they exist, but for us, we're all about the souvlaki meat. So we have the shaved souvlaki meat. We don't have the doner kebab. And so, you know, there's so many people who probably have never heard of this or tried it before. And I'm really, really excited for you guys to try it because it's got so much flavor. It's so delicious, but it's such an awesome meal to meal prep ahead of time. Like I said, like that dinner. So I cooked that this morning, went in the fridge, and dinner tonight, you saw me make it live on camera. This was all pre-prepped. It literally took me about, 2 minutes to get dinner on the table. So with a little bit of pre-prep, like effort, so cooking the doner kebab, slicing up your veggies, and grabbing the pita breads out of the freezer, I literally got a beautiful, nutritious dinner on the table in 2 minutes. So, like, I love meals like that where if you know that you're going to be pressed for time at night because maybe you've got kids' sports or maybe you've got the gym or maybe you just know that you're tired after work, but you've got time earlier in the week to prep or earlier in the day to prep, this recipe is going to be for you. So yeah, that's all. My dinner. I'm so excited. I can't wait to eat it all. It's just got so much flavor. Anyway, the garlic sauce recipe is in the book as well. This is the original pita bread recipe, but we've got pita pockets in the book too. So you can either do them as pita pockets or as pita breads. Now, for those of you who have not seen the news, Skinny Mediterranean is coming out next Friday, so October 10th. I have so much to do between now and then, but that's okay. That's nothing to stress about. We'll get it done. We always do. But October 10th, Skinny Mediterranean is coming out. Now, if you're wondering what Skinny Mediterranean is, we did a live last night that I just talked all about the recipes in the book, what my favorite recipes were, what my kids' favorite recipes are, you know, just some behind the scenes information on how I went about writing the recipes and all sorts of stuff, what cultures cover the Mediterranean. So this, I'm sure more people out there, just like I thought, when I thought Mediterranean, I was thinking Italian and Greek, but I came to learn that, you know, there's France, Spain, Turkey, Lebanon, what else? France, Spain, Morocco. There's like so many countries that are actually on the Mediterranean Sea. And so I was incredibly excited to write this book because I've wanted to do especially some Middle Eastern recipes for so many years now. But it's so hard because we're very lucky in South Australia to have a big, beautiful Middle Eastern community. And it's very normal for us to walk down the road and go and eat Lebanese food or Afghani food or Turkish food or, you know, those kinds of like Syrian foods and stuff like that. But it's definitely not something that all of Australia gets to experience depending on where you live. And so I know that over the last 12 years, I have introduced so many of our community members to foods that they hadn't tried before. And I know that this book is going to be no exception. It's not just Italian and Greek foods. This is a beautiful, I think it's like, I'm pretty sure it's Lebanese, but Turkish have doner kebab, a similar kind of thing as well. It's Lebanese, isn't it, you guys? I'm pretty sure it's Lebanese. But yeah, there's so many beautiful cultures that our wonderful multicultural country gets to experience, but it really does depend on where you live. Like Cyan has eaten so many more different Japanese foods that I've eaten before, and Thai foods, but she maybe has never eaten some of the Turkish and Lebanese dishes and Afghani dishes that I can literally just walk down the road and get for lunch. So I'm very, very excited to introduce so much of our community to so many more different flavors and cuisines and cultures. And that's what Mediterranean cooking is all about. It's not just about food and eating food for the sake of it. It's so much more about the culture and family and connection through food. And that's what my whole life has been about, is, you know, getting your family and friends together and feeding them beautiful meals to connect with them and to sit down over dinner and things like that. And really that's what I set out when I started writing this book, was how do we get people connecting through food more and giving people the experience of the Mediterranean lifestyle, which is, you know, all about connection and family. So I'm just so excited, and I'm sorry that I'm going on about it, you guys, but I'm very thrilled about this book, and I think that you guys are going to love it too. Anyway, Skinny Mediterranean is coming out very soon, October 10. But having said that, I now need to cook this dinner up for my beautiful children and get them fed. And if you've got any questions about Skinny Mediterranean or about this amazing doner kebab, ask questions in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic Monday evening, you all, and I will check in with you tomorrow. Love you guys.